That dog in him. Speaking of the dogs, number one Georgia survives against Kentucky 16-6.
Yeah, Stetson had a shitty week. We were talking about that before Muff disappeared. I think Muff next snagged you.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looked like a bad thing or whether it was just a little blip on the radar.
Let me run this by you real quick,
Okay.
okay? Because I was hoping to have this debate with Muff, not you, but you just happened to bite.
Gotcha.
They played close, beating Missouri 26-22.
Okay.
They did beat Tennessee, but they didn't dominate Tennessee. And they struggled against Kentucky. All I'm saying is they're mortal.
Oh, yeah, they're mortal.
And I think when you see a game like this and you're TCU, Michigan, LSU for the championship, you think, oh, there's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
You think maybe Georgia's just playing down to their opponents in those two games? Well, you mentioned the Mizzou game.
That's kind of what I was wondering, and I didn't say it like that, but
that's a good thought.
Like they just get by what they have to because they have such an elite level they can kick on. They're just like, let's take it easy here.
I've seen that argument done to Ohio State year in and year out, and no national championships. Yeah. So we shall see.
South Carolina gets another big win at home this year, this time over number 5, Tennessee, 63-38. Yikes.
Should have put money on this.
Well, we also didn't realize that Hendon Hooker was going to tear his ACL.
Yeah. He tore his ACL late in the game. That was gone. That was done in the first half.
Yeah, that was an old-fashioned take you out back.
Yeah.
They should have pulled Hooker.
I disagree with that.
If you're getting mollywopped by the first half,
that's dramatic.
This guy's got a Heisman opportunity. You know you're not coming back from that.
He doesn't have a Heisman opportunity if you're going to pull him.
I don't care. He's got a career to look after.
I don't know. No, I disagree. I don't think there was.
Now, would you feel the same way had he not gotten hurt?
Yes.
I was watching this game, and yes, the score was bad, but Tennessee really didn't look out of it. Like Tennessee looked like still the Tennessee that could turn. Like there were spots where I was like, oh, they're going to turn it on and come back. That never crossed my mind. Personally, I'm going
to be very curious to see just how far they fall.
They fell to 9
in the AP.
Yeah,
which honestly is less than I thought they would fall. I didn't know if they would factor in the fact that they no longer have Hendon Hooker now.
It was 35-24 at halftime.
Okay.
So he should not have been pulled at halftime.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back. And then in the fourth quarter, South Carolina scores 21 points.
But at what point was it
Yeah, you're right. Looking at it, I take that statement back. I still probably would have been like, at some point, you got to know, oh, shit, we're screwed.
Yeah. And in hindsight, now that he did get hurt, it's easier to say that, why did you even bother leaving him in? But I think they still had playoff hopes. I mean, if they didn't have any playoff hopes, then it'd be different. Then I would probably be more on your side.
That's an uphill battle. And I just don't think Tennessee was built for that.
I just feel really bad for Hendon Hooker.
Me too.
That's the one. Number 6, LSU beats UAB 41-10.
Who cares? Keep moving.
Number 7, USC continues to keep their hopes alive in the Pac-12 with a 48-45 win over number 16, UCLA.
I actually stayed up and watched this whole game, and it was
me too.
Game to actually be able to see a whole USC game.
Yes. And I will tell. Here's my thing. Here comes Conspiracy Jim. I would have loved to watch that game without the commentators to see if I have the feeling about USC that I do now. The commentators backed USC so damn hard and backed that Caleb Williams for Heisman like every turn, and then started talking shit about CJ Stroud. And I know this is going to be the Ohio Homer thing, But when it's a Ohio State game, they like fawn all over CJ Stroud. I hate Fox commentary.
So do you hate it equally when they fawn all over CJ Stroud?
Yes, I think it's ignorant.
Remember this, Alex. Remember this.
I absolutely hate it.
Number
but I
8.
think my whole point here is I think USC is a contender, and I don't know if Fox put that thought in my head or not.
Well, they did clinch a spot in the Pac-12 championship game with that win. Now it's just a matter of, are they going to play Utah again, or are they going to play Oregon?
And can they beat either one of those teams? You watched that game last night. What do you think?
Offensively, they can beat anybody. Their defense leaves a lot to be desired.
Can they beat who, Jim?
Either Utah or Oregon.
Who's USC's lost to this year?
Utah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I think they can beat Utah. I think they can beat both teams. I think it's going to be a good championship game.
Oh, I'll watch.
Yeah. Number 8, Alabama gets the benefit of a weaker opponent and gets the 34-0 victory over Austin Peay.
And they got started real slow in that game.
Yeah, I think they knew what they were getting into with that one.
Well, it's not a Alabama team of old when that was the score against Austin Peay.
I don't understand why every big, I should say, elite team like USC's, Ohio State's, Michigan's, Tennessee's, all these teams that are really, really good don't do this schedule a BS team this week. I think the AD of Alabama is a genius.
Well, I think it's like the only conference, the SEC, that has this built into their schedule, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, once you start conference play, it's conference play the rest of the season.
Yep. Why not start off your beginning of your season? I'll take an Iowa, a Minnesota, a Rutgers at the start of the season and give me Akron the week before the big game.
Yeah.
That's just genius.
I think there could be pros and cons to that, though. I mean, if you like set back on your haunches a little bit, and then maybe you're not I don't know.
Yeah, you think you're like, oh, well, I got this team I know that has no business playing in my stadium and rest all my players and should be a cakewalk of a game. And then you get caught up and it's a trap game.
Yeah, but all these teams that have rivals this week are looking ahead. I mean, it's evident in the scores.
Yeah.
Look ahead playing Austin Peay. Go ahead.
Well, and it wasn't like Austin Peay had a bad record coming in. After that loss, they're 7-4. I mean, I remember years ago when Alabama would play like an FCS like Austin Peay, or they would play like New Mexico State, who was like 2-8.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at least they got lucky with scheduling and played a team with a winning record, at least.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun for the Austin Peay guys, too, to be able to be like, hey, I went and played at Bama.
Yeah.
Number 9, Clemson with a 40-10 victory over Miami.
If there was ever a team that is not back and probably won't be back for years, it's Miami.
I'm telling you, every year, as long as they're bowl eligible, Miami versus Texas, the who's back bowl.
Texas, I give more credit to Texas, though, than Miami. Miami is straight trash.
Texas had a better year than...
Yeah, definitely. Number 12, Oregon beats number 10, Utah, 20-17.
Could not stay up for this game. Wanted to, had full intentions, not going to happen.
Agreed. It's big. I mean, this is a big game for the Pac-12. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see where things end up. Number 13, North Carolina gets beaten by unranked Georgia Tech 21-17.
That's bad.
That's a bad loss.
Yeah, Georgia Tech is not good.
Because they were up 17-0 in that game.
Yes. I was like, this will be a nice little route. I quit watching it because I was like, okay. Guess not.
No bueno for North Carolina. Arkansas shows up to play against number 14, Ole Miss, winning 42-27.
Poor Lane.
I tell you what, Lane Kiffin, who I thought was like a genius, showed why he's not a great coach.
His dad's the coach of the family, not him.
He just couldn't get it together. Once he was down, he looked confused. It was almost like he was looking at the other team going, hey, we're supposed to win this. You're not letting us.
Yeah, please stop what you're doing.
He just looked lost out there. Maybe he has a drug problem.
What?
I think you
That's what the
made a
people.
leap.
That's what the people of Tennessee said. Like he had a drug problem.
Skittles.
Not
What
sure
kind
how
of-
this plays into this
It's
game, but
fentanyl Skittles.
Apparently, he's on fentanyl skills.
Fentanyl Skittles.
I mean, that's what these people claim that they're replacing Skittles with. So
Never know.
I hate
I
Skittles.
don't know who's giving up their fentanyl to make it into Skittles.
I was gonna say I saw like a meme. It says like, "Don't worry, us drug people aren't giving up our drugs to put them in your kids' candy."
Yeah.
I mean, that just seems like a waste of money, but whatever.
All right.
number 17, Washington takes care of business against Colorado, 54-7.
Colorado, college football's punching bag.
Yeah, right.
Number 18, Notre Dame blanks Boston College, 44-0.
That's a good win.
It was a good win for Notre Dame because Boston College isn't great, but Boston College has put up decent games against decent teams this year.
Yep.
Okay. Number 19, Florida State routes Louisiana.
What are you okaying for? What
Yeah,
is
that
that
would
okay
be
for?
17.
Asked for.
It's Boston College. I think there's a little bit of bias in this other side of the screen right now.
I swear to God, it's like you forgot the betting episode where we did all this recon. They were not supposed to blank them by any means. We did all the research. That's a good win to blank Boston College.
Yeah, a 3-8 Boston College.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how is that a good win in any life?
I'm not
I
saying that
believe
Boston
Alex
College-
and I are saying to shut them out is a feat,
because
considering the scores they've put up.
they have given good games to other teams.
I still
So-
don't say it's a good win though.
We would have put money on them otherwise.
Right, because all of our picks of the week have won.
Alex.
We never get along, Jim, but I'm with you on this one.
Go ahead, Buff.
Florida State routes Louisiana, 49-17. Alex, did you put money on Florida State?
I actually did. Well, I did not directly put money on Florida State. I put them in a little side parlay that lost from other people, not Florida State.
Navy upsets number 20 Central Florida, 17-14.
That's like the second time they've upset a ranked opponent in the history of Navy or something like that.
Really?
Seems odd that that's the second time, but
Yeah, I feel like they've done it before. I don't know why that. I mean, obviously they have once, but I feel like they've done it often.
yeah.
Number 21 Tulane beats SMU, 59-24.
Tulane
Did
routed them.
not see that coming.
No.
Not that score.
I'm gonna actually watch Tulane.
They're a fun team to watch, right?
Yeah, they look good. I mean, they were.
Number 23 Oregon State beats Arizona State, 31-7.
Yeah, okay. I'm over that part of the Pac-12.
Okay. Louisville takes out number 24 NC State, 25-10.
NC State garbage.
Yes.
Oh, even more
Overrated.
garbage than who? They're ranked.
Overrated.
They probably should never have been ranked.
No, he's just saying NC State's garbage because they lost to Boston College.
Right. They have to be.
According to your logic, Muff.
I didn't say it was a good win for
The hell with
anybody.
you, Muff. The hell with you.
With you, Muff.
And another team from Ohio beat Temple 23-3.
Yeah, that happened.
Is that a good win?
No,
Okay. As long as we're clear, that's not a good win.
it was
No.
fine. They gave up 3 points, though, and they only scored 20. They
Yeah.
were in the 30s.